Indeed. Give Reed the point. Gate City closes within 7. 2:57 left. 28-21. Chris, of course, karma is a hard thing sometimes. Maybe that's getting back, giving Gate City a little bit of back. That was a wretched.
Well, maybe lots of fire under them. Let them set out to prove the officials wrong, show everyone what they're made of.
That's hopefully it will spark them, because again, that was a wretched call.
Wretched.
Wretched. The word of the night. Wretched.
I thought it was inertia.
Well, everybody's probably used that by this point of the game. So anyway, the Blue Devils, like I said, a little more lively, a little more pep in their step now. It's a 28-21 game, as Wise Central will be in back to receive for Wise Central. Will be bowling once again. Noah Boeing and number 1, Matt Peters. Blanton on to kick for Gate City. Again, Wise Central finishes their season next week hosting Grundy. Gate City will finish the regular season tonight. As Blanton will kick off, and the ball will be squibbed and will go out of bounds once again. That ball went out about the 23-yard line, so they'll have it 1st and 10 once again on the 35. So, Chris, you got anything that's come through from scoring?
I saw that the Lady Warriors of my Sevier Middle School finished 3rd in the tournament. Congratulations to them, Feedback Airs. At halftime, Bearden's leading Science Hill 14-10. Dobbs Bennett fans really need Bearden to win so that Dobbs Bennett can get that outright first place. We're looking over in Virginia. Tazewell still leading Grundy 14-0. Not seeing anything new on Holston and East Side. It was 24-22 last I'd heard. Okay, Grundy's now scored, so it's 14-6 Tazewell. Yep. Battle all over Lehigh, about like we expected, 34-0. Twin Springs still leading Thomas Walker 14-7. And let's see, Burton has let Rycove score, so it's 39-6. As Central comes out, tries a real quick pass down the field into the dirt, no good. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Warriors.
So that pass was intended for Logan Mullins. Came from his fullback, or he lined up as a fullback, and he went out in the flat and he cut across. So incomplete pass for Wise Central. 2nd down and 10 from their own 35-yard line. 2:50 left here in the 3rd quarter. So Wise Central now will come up. They've got 2 wide receivers they'll set to the right-hand side. This time Mullins will be in shotgun formation as Gate City looks to blitz and they'll bring pressure. Crabtree's got it, though. He's going to round the right-hand side, and he will go out of bounds about the 41-yard line, gain of 6 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and right around 4 yards. Just an update. Also, talking about the Ridgeview Wolfpack, they are now down 40-21. That ball game is just at the half. So Pikeville laying it on.
Pikeville must be legit. You talked about them just being a single-A school.
Single-A school over in
taking care of business, though, against the Wolfpack.
All right, so big play right here. 3rd down and 4. Wise Central comes up, 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Mullins back in shotgun formation. He's going to give it, or he's actually going to fake it, and he's going to keep it. And he's going to go to the left-hand side. He's got a step, and he's going to roll all the way down into Blue Devil territory where they miss 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles, and he's finally down to about the 36-yard line as he just kept rolling and kept bouncing Blue Devils off of him, and he is down to the 36-yard line.
That, according to what I've got down, they're now 4 for 9 on 3rd down attempts, just about at that 500 mark. And again, it's Gate City needs a short stop, and they give up the huge play.
Feast or famine. And anyway, 2:20 left here in the 3rd quarter. They've got moved down to the Gate City 37-yard line. Wise Central will come up. They're staying in the shotgun formation. Crabtree to the right-hand side of Mullins. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Gate City in a 5-man front as they're going to give
False start was the
False
preliminary call against Wise Central.
Matt Peters, they actually were going to give the football to. That'd be his first carry of the night. He lined up as one of those wing backs and was going to roll around in front of the quarterback, come to the right-hand side. But, again, they stopped the play, and it was.
We've got our first final of the night coming in. Burton defeats Rye Cove 39-6 on that continuous clock, I'm sure. Next week, Rye Cove goes to Twin Springs.
The Battle of Scott County as
Wise Central comes up now, 1st and 15, running out the shotgun this time.
Yep. As Mullins will get the football, he's going to give it, fakes it to Crabtree, throws it out in the flat to Peters. He's got the football, and it's going to be taken out of bounds by Blanton. He'll gain right around 8 yards on the play, and it's going to set up Wise Central once again with an opportunity, actually second and manageable, second down and about 6 yards. As I know, Chris, your fans that you're asking about, Rivers Heads 49, Buffalo Gap 14. That ball game in the fourth quarter.
I'm not even sure. I know they're in the Shenandoah Valley, but I don't even know where Buffalo Gap is. Do you?
We're going to have a history.
Need to look that up.
History and geography lesson here in just a few minutes. All right, so Wise Central's got the ball, second down and 6. They're at the Gate City 34, and they're going to run it to Crabtree once again, and he is going to plow his way down to the 28-yard line of Gate City, where it will be 3rd down and 1.
Looks like they finally got the lights on in Bluntville. Late in the first quarter, Elizabethton holds a 13-0 lead over Sullivan Central.
And also looks like John Battle has added another score, 41-0. A running clock at Ben-Hur tonight as John Battle is just waylaying the Generals. All right, 2 receivers to the left-hand side. It's 3rd down and 1. Critical play here for the Blue Devils as it's going to be just a quarterback keeper up the middle. And Mullins he'll get about 2, maybe 3, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Wise Central. Clock runs. There's 1 minute left in the 3rd quarter. Wise Central leads 28-21.
Buffalo Gap High School is located in Swope, Virginia. Right now, while Wise Central's taking their time coming up to the line. So just in case you're as curious as I am, and now I'm zooming out here, I'll let you go ahead and make the call.
All right. So, anyway, Mullins is back in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers left. They're going to give it to Crabtree, who tries to go to the left-hand side, but they've stopped him there. Again, feast or famine, and that time it was famine, as Crabtree will lose about 6 yards on the play. And back up, it's going to be 2nd down and 16. That will probably be the last play of the quarter.
It's on the West Virginia side of Stanton, a little northwest of Stanton.
We're going to have to take away your cell phone privileges next week.
I'm sure people are wondering. Buffalo Gap High School.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're thinking right now. All right, we've played 3 quarters here at Legion Field. Gate City has clawed their way back. They're within 7. It's 28-21. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
When it comes to health, it's personal. You were created
Today's
from scratch,
tangent
so why not
brought
your medicine? Premier Pharmacy on Jack White Drive in Kingsport, where our solutions aren't cookie cutter. Each treatment is as unique as you are. With 25 years of creating personalized medicine, Premier Pharmacy puts you first. At Premier Pharmacy, you're a name, not a refill. Premier Pharmacy, Jack White Drive, Kingsport. Find them on Facebook or stop by for a free consultation.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we are back here.
Joe, I bet it's awfully pretty up there in Buffalo Gap.
As you were mentioning during the break there, of course, I believe I left the button on anyway, so I think everybody heard.
Oh, well, there you go.
So
It's awfully
anyway,
nice up there.
4th quarter action here from Legion Field. Pivotal series here for the Blue Devils. They've got to stop Wise Central. They can't afford to get in this mix, score back and forth, because, again, they're down by 7. So this time Mullins will have the football, and he's going to be second down and 15 from the 30. He's going to roll around to the right-hand side, and he's going to try to hit Peters in the end zone, and was guarded. Great job in the end zone. I believe it was going to be John Sally played the defense and did well.
That was a good non-call by the officials. They were bumping each other all the way down the sidelines both ways, but they let them play it out on that one.
So
that's what I like to see.
Third down and 15 now. So as we mentioned before, Daniels, we watched him in pregame. He was hitting from about the 30-yard line, so this is right on the fringe of where he could be able to make it. So interesting to see if Y Central would actually go for a field goal or if it's two-down territory. As they bring him up to the line again, he's back in the shotgun formation once again. Two receivers to the right-hand side. He's going to roll that way, and he's looking to throw deep, and he goes deep, and it's going to be intercepted by Mr. Reed. Luke Reed has got the football, and he's looking for room. And he's got it up to the 25-yard line. He's up to the 30, and he's going to roll down to about the 38-yard line where
one player left, and he's the one who brought him down.
So Luke Reed, again, extra points, touchdown run, throws. He has been everywhere tonight, and Mr. Reed and Gate City now have the football on the 38-yard line. We talked about that was a pivotal series for the Blue Devil defense. They come up big, and now Gate City with the football with the opportunity to go down to take either the lead or to tie the ball game. So they've got the football. Two receivers to the right, two receivers to the left. Reed back in shotgun formation, and they're going to give it to Calhoun. It goes up the middle, and he's going to keep running and keeps fighting his way up. He really earned those 3 yards right there as he threw number 69, Daniel Hawkins, who came up and tried to make the stop by himself, and he threw him like a rag doll, and he was a little bit slow to get up. So 11:15, the clock runs. Gate City comes back, no huddle. Two receivers to the right, left, two receivers to the left as well. Calhoun, again, he's back there with Reed as they're going to give it to Calhoun once again, and he's going to bull his way up to about the 45-yard line, and it's going to set up a third down and about 4 yards for the Blue Devils. I believe he's a little bit winded this time. He didn't have as much momentum going forward as 10:45 left in the ball game. Y Central leads by 7. Reed brings them up to the line. Again, two receivers to the right, two to the left. Calhoun is back there with Reed in shotgun formation. It's a 7-point game, and they're going to give it to Reed. Reed's going to keep it, and he's going to roll to the right-hand side. He's looking for blocks, and he's picked up one and maybe two, and he's down to the 43-yard line and was threw down after the play, but they're not going – no call on that one as it's down to the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Again, this Gate City team has fought their way back from 14 with a big interception, and now they're in Y Central territory. They're at the 44-yard line as the clock will come down to 10 minutes. This time, one split to the right, one to the left, and they're in the wishbone formation. They're going to give it to Levi Roten, who's going to get maybe 1 or 2 yards at best. And so finally they're going to call foul. Number 20, Matthew Boggs, as Levi was getting up, he kneed him in the back to put him back to the ground, and that's going to be a personal foul against Y Central.
And I completely missed that. I was writing down the score of the run and just heard the roar. So he hit him in the back with a knee?
Yeah, he was getting up, and he sort of just did one of those little flipped. He hit him in the back, and then he looked to the referee, and the referee was looking at him, and he puts his hands up like he didn't do anything. So just that was Bush League at best. 9:57 left, so it's getting a little bit testy here. Again, these two teams, of course, the rivalry that spilled over from basketball. I know there was a lot of controversy last year between Y Central and Gate City, and it's starting to sort of bubble here as Reed will throw the football out in the flat. He's got Carson Jenkins, and Jenkins will be taken down. He gains only about maybe 1. There's a little bubble screen to the left-hand side. And so he got the reception, but only about a gain of 1 as we are about 9:30 left in the ball game. Gate City's got to do something on this drive. So they're going to come up this time and